Hi, and welcome to this edition of Spyder News. We've been promising the last few episodes to give you an update on our KOH build, affectionately known as Crispy. So this episode I think we'll dedicate the entire episode to an update on where Crispy's at now. So I'm standing here in front of Crispy and you're probably saying to yourself, this looks like a lot more like a trail rig than it does a race car, and that's by design. There's a couple reasons we did it this way. First of all, we're an aftermarket armor company. We build armor for Jeeps. We thought it was very important that we'd be able to display our parts on our race car. We're also the official armor of King of the Hammers, which makes it even more important that we have something we can put our armor on. We've left as much of the body as we possibly can and frame so that we can attach our parts the same way we attach them on our own Jeeps, the same way you attach them to your Jeep. Also, when this is retired from racing, it'll be my trail rig, so we'll put glass back in the windshield, put a license plate on it, and I'll be able to take this to Moab or the Hammers and have a great time in it. Many of you have asked about the name, the BAJK, and also the name Crispy we have on this rig. Well, it started out as Crispy before it ever became BAJK. Crispy because our friend Randall Davis owned this Jeep for about a month, and one day when he was towing it home from the Hammers, it caught on fire and basically burnt to the ground. All that was left was part of a tub and the frame. We bought it from Randall about 3 years ago thinking that one day we were going to turn it into something cool. When this year's race car sold, we decided we needed to build something for the 2014 season, and that's when we came up with the concept, the BAJK, which stands for the Badass JK. Our idea was to build the most badass JK ever built, and looking at it now, it looks like it's well on the way to being that. Even though this looks like a Jeep on the outside, it's all race car on the inside. It's a race car wrapped in Jeep's clothing, so to speak. We've taken everything we've learned about racing the King of the Hammers and incorporated it into this chassis. We've taken the same LS3 motor we had in the race car. We've got a new version of it in this car. We've got MagnaFlow building us custom headers and custom exhaust so we get the maximum power out of the motor as we can. We've got the same Columbiana Turbo 400 race transmission we're putting in this thing, the Atlas transfer case, the JE reel drive lines, the Rock Jock 70s that we had such great success with, Motive gears, Detroit lockers, BF Goodrich tires, Fox shocks, the FK rod ends, the rigid lights, the Mastercraft seats, the Warn winch. All these things worked great in our last car, and we've incorporated them into this car. The things that we changed were minor. We've changed the link location and the shock location, which should give us much better shock travel. The putting shocks in the suspension links is no secret and it's nothing new. Moving them to the upper link is not that common. And what that does for a rock crawler is it gets the link up out of the rocks where it's bound to come in contact with the rocks and potentially take you out of the race, and move the shocks to the upper link. The lower link is a great place to put shocks if you're in a trophy truck, not such a good place to put shocks if you're in a rock crawler. So something that we're trying that hasn't really been done that often before. There's a few cars out there with it that seems to be having some sort of success with it, so we're hoping that it works as well for us. But again, this is a full race car wrapped in Jeep's clothing, so we're pretty happy with the direction it's going, and we're thinking it's well on its way to being the most badass JK. So that kind of brings you up to speed. This is where we're at as of late November. We've got less than 80 days to finish this car, test it, tweak it, and then re-prep it and get it ready for King of the Hammer. So a lot still to do. Still got to get Donnie in here from American Wiring Harness to rewire the thing, or to wire the thing. Still got to get G&J to provide the plumbing parts for us. A lot of metal work or interior work we still got to get done. Ton of work, but you can follow our progress on Pirate 4x4, JK Owners, and JK Forum. We've got threads on all those. And of course, you can always watch us here on Facebook. Again, thanks for watching.